Hello everyone, my name is Johan Stein from AI4Business.net. Can you sell to your grandmother? What a question. A few years ago, my father asked me, what is all this artificial intelligence stuff that I'm doing? Now, he's not a stupid man, but he's not a technologist. And without using the lingo I typically use, AI, ML, IoT, cloud, and so forth, I really struggled to tell him what I'm actually doing, and had to figure out a way of explaining it to people like him in a non-technical way. And having figured that out has helped me a lot in many of my client meetings. So my question to you is, can you sell to your father, or can you sell to your grandmother? In other words, if you cannot use any of your technical terms, if you cannot use any of the lingo we typically use, are you able to tell somebody else, that is often a customer, what you do and how the services you offer can benefit them? Clients are not stupid, but they might not be very familiar with some of the terminology and some of the technology that we often speak about. And I love the work by an author called Andy Bounds, and he wrote a book called The Jelly Effect, which is really worth reading. And he speaks about the afters. In other words, what will customers be left with after we have worked with them? What he says is customers are not interested in what you do, but what you cause. In other words, what they will be left with afterwards. And what we often do, especially as technologists, is we say to a customer, you're currently here and you need to go there. And here are the 20 steps to get you there. Now, those 20 steps are not irrelevant, but the pricing and the commercials should be linked with what they will be left with when we are done with them, not with the stuff we do to get them there. What do you cause? What do you leave with a customer? What does your expertise and your services result in? So just think about how you typically do cold calling, how you interact with potential customers, how you send that initial email. We speak often, more often than not, about the stuff we do, not the stuff that will benefit the customer. So if I ask you, especially if you are a technologist, tell me about what you or your company does, but you're not allowed to use any technical terms. No AI, ML, automation, cloud, edge, anything like that. How would you tell me your story? How would you tell me a story that will make me dream with you to see this is possible, almost like the art of the possible, without using any terms that explains how you're going to get me there? I often think it's like a building contract. I mean, if I want to build an office block, I will bring in a building contract. And what they typically do is they show you the artist's impression of what your building might look like. So it makes you dream about it. They don't tell you necessarily about the 100,000 bricks or the 10,000 meters of piping or electricity cables or the 20,000 roof tiles. Yes, those things are important. But honestly, who cares? I just want a building. Show me what the building can look like. Give me a cost that will make me realize the cost is worth what you're going to do. Andy Bounds speaks about connecting the commercials to the afters. In other words, he says, in order to achieve this much value, it's only going to cost you that much. But what we often do is we connect the commercials to all the stuff we will do to get them there, without really explaining what the there, where we are getting them, will look like. So for what it's worth, use it or don't use it. Just rethink the way that you communicate with your customers or your potential customers. Can we drop some of this technical mumbo jumbo? Do you have the business acumen to actually explain to your customers what you will achieve for them? I do a lot of work in this field, counseling and consulting and mentoring customers around their messaging. And if you're interested to hear more about what I do, please have a look at my website, AI4Business.net, and there you can find my various social media links, but also my email. Love to tell you more about how you can change your messaging and be more successful in engaging your customers and increasing your revenue and your market share.